Last week, we presented the ECAS trial, which is one of two landmark articles published in 1995 that helped establish the safety and efficacy of using TPA in the management of acute stroke. This week, we're talking about a paper that was published weeks away from the ECAS trial, the paper behind me, that was the NINDS funded trial in 1995. This was a randomized, double-blind, placebo-controlled trial that featured two parts. The primary outcome of the first part looked at 24-hour outcomes using the NIH stroke scale. The primary outcome for part two looked at 3-month functional outcomes. Ultimately, in part one, there was no statistically significant difference between the groups. However, a post hoc analysis did show that there was a slight benefit in part two. The number of patients with favorable outcomes across all of the functional scales were better in the TPA group versus the placebo group, with a statistically significant odds ratio of having a favorable outcome when treated with TPA of 1.7. Figure 2 behind me is a nice graphic that helps visualize that. And lastly, symptomatic intracerebral hemorrhage at 36 hours occurred more often in patients in the TPA group versus the placebo group. Also, there was no difference in mortality between groups. Comment any questions or thoughts you have down below. And make sure you follow Now You Know Neuro, the best neurology resource out there.